Hey, gang. Andre the Giant here. Ricky Rudd's down there taking in some hot practice laps. Maybe he has a shirt off in there, I don't know. It's kind of warm here today. Anyway, let's check out the standings after 6 races. Ernie Irvan. Those Yates engines up there, Ricky Rudd up there, Mark Martin, Cal Petty, Ward Burton. We'll talk about Ward Burton here in a minute. Axel Richardson, we'll talk about him in a minute as well. And we got Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace there for Penske. We're going to talk about him in a minute as well. Ward Burton, we bumped his ratings up a little bit, and that might be what's showing in the standings. I don't know. But speaking of ratings, Ward Burton, Michael Waltrip, and Axel Richardson are going to have their aggression maxed out. 899 to 900 is their scale. So it's the highest it can go. We're going to see what that does. And we're also giving Ricky Rudd's penchant for messing up Rusty Wallace's races and practices. Rusty Wallace also has aggression. 899 to 900. So we'll see what comes of that. Looking at the schedule, might change some things around, might move the second Talladega race later in the season. We might split up those Poconos a little bit more, etc., etc. It's a living document, that schedule. And speaking of ratings also, we also improved Bill Elliott even more. So he should be starting here top 10 at North Wilkesboro. And damage is still up because Ricky Rudd is a coward, but I think he's got to take those training wheels off. Anyway, he can't hear me now until I turn on the mic. Click. I just turned it on. Hey, Ricky, this is Andre the Giant with ESPN Speed World. You got a copy?
Yeah, Andre, I read you. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for checking out the season. NASCAR Racing 2. We're here at north of Wilkesboro. And I don't have the standings up yet, but now I do, and check that out. I've been able to put a custom standings overlay in the game. You can see there's like a 10, Ricky Rudd's 10 burned in there. Sky's the limit there. You can do anything that you want over there. I'll be able to change the blue behind the speed, the speed and the gear over there on the left. And because I'm able to change all that, I'm able to change how this cockpit actually looks. But putting all of our knickknacks and everything into this actual, cockpit file really brings the quality of it down. So we'll keep those dashboard objects, looking crisp, rather than putting them in the game itself. Anyway, I'm P10 right now. 20.5 is my personal best. That's where Gordon is right now. I just turned into 20.6, but Jarrett's already up to a 20.3. Oh, here we go. Let's qualify. So 20.4. So yeah, basically 20.5. Oh, this isn't good. I'm gonna have to turn in a PB here to not finish, or to not start 30th or 36th or whatever. I have damage off. I know I'm guessing Andre was giving me the business there in the intro about that, but we are going to be turning that off soon. I think after Martinsville, we're going to turn that off and contend for the championship. I really just, early on, I really just want to get this game going and not have to worry about damage, but now we can take those training wheels off. All right, let's turn in. We got 2 laps here. And I'm kind of learning my lesson that these qualifying speeds they're faster in qualifying than they will be during the race. So we'll keep that in mind. But also let's learn our lesson from Bristol, where it seemed like, hey, even if they had a strong difficulty, the fact that there's going to be constant lapping and dealing with lap cars, their speed gets turned down anyway. I mean, they're very rarely going to be able to run that actual difficulty. So we'll kind of prepare for that. We're kind of experimenting this race to see what that does for us. Hell, that was the last car to qualify. 21.19. Really didn't really. I didn't. Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
Welcome to ESPN Speed World. Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Punch.
And I'm Andre the Giant. ESPN Speed World and NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, are here in North Wilkesboro, North Wilkesboro, aptly named North Wilkesboro Speedway, for the first Union 400, the 7th race in the Winston Cup Series season. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Jeff Gordon on the pole with a 19.951. Rusty Wallace up there with his aggression rating in your mouth. Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt rounding out the top 4. Bill Elliott. We talked about Bill Elliott at the outset. He's starting P9 with his new engines. And we got Michael Waltrip P14 and Ward Burton back there P30. Those are the cars that have aggression all the way up. Axel Richardson P15, aggression all the way up. And we have, what else is going on here? Not much. DW, shout out to DW, start P26. We don't talk about him. He wrecked at Michigan to start the season, and we barely talked about him since. Ricky raced with him at Atlanta, I think, toward the end. And Ricky's going to be racing with his wiener here because he's starting P36 back of the field, but we'll see if he can make his way to the front. Steve Boobs, Janet Reno, and Bob Dole did not make the field. 36 drivers here. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Probably was a lot of static, a lot of freeze frame action there at the beginning because this pace lap's really short. In the documentation that comes with NASCAR Racing 2, they say, hey, we're sorry about North Wilkesboro, but we have to get you guys started on the backstretch. And they're just like, trust us. So, yeah, we're going to trust them. We're doing 112 laps here, 40 lap pit window. That'll give us 2 pit stops. And we got a wreck here early on, which might not have been a jangled up start like we see in NR 2003. That's more like a Jimmy Spencer racing deal, spinning out. Excellent start to the race here. Jeff Gordon still in the lead. Off with the start. This is great. I mean, yeah. These professional drivers down there handling everything with ease. Great to see. We have a packed crowd here. We did live. They're not there when we go back and watch the replay, which is kind of weird, but it's like a ghost dad kind of situation, but it's all right. A lot of dead air here. I'm watching Ricky down there. I'm just focused on what he's doing, and I just forgot I was broadcasting. We'll let these sweet engine sounds take you around the track for a while before we send it to Ricky. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for the start here, folks. The cat's got my tongue. Next time we're on the backstretch, we'll send it down to Ricky. see how he's handling this start. I'm not on my game right now. Andre the Giant was not in it to win it this race. But we'll send it down to Ricky. Hey, Ricky, you got me.
Yeah, 10-4. Don't worry about it, Andre. You can't be on all the time. You know, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. It's a long season. You'll regroup. This difficulty, I'm guessing it's going to be good. I don't know if I was talking about it or maybe Andre mentioned it. How we're kind of, I think it was me during qualifying, how we're going to, it was me. No, it was Andre. No. How we're going to, this difficulty is set up to account for lap traffic. And we'll see how this goes. But you can see I'm back here really having to figure out and catch Rick Mast, which is probably for like P24. So I mean, I've gained 12 spots on the start. That Jimmy Spencer thing helped. Hopefully I was able to pick that up in the intro. I don't know what people want to see. Leave a comment on what you want to see. Do you want to see Ricky Rudd on the starts, or do you want to see all the other action, like the leaders and stuff? I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be showing that Jimmy Spencer thing early, if I remember. Because now my system is, I can just, I run that first batch of the race that Andre's talking, and then when I send it to me, I just hit escape and save the replay. It only takes 7 seconds, and then I just go back after the race and record it, the replay. All right, here's Ward Burton's aggression rating. Let's see what this does. We're eventually going to be lapped, but you know, we had to do this. We had to test this out to see. I don't know. Again, we're still figuring stuff out. Sounds like we have another car in pit road. That's going to be Jeff Burton. Just showed up in the standings. I do want to get that standings ticker working. Because right now what I'm doing is I'm Googling and searching for keystroke recorders that can then run that script. So I can press F2 and then it'll automatically go through the standings. But one thing you have to be careful of when you're downloading stuff off the internet is downloading things that record your keyboard strokes. So I'm doing some extra research on that, making sure I don't scam myself. Oh, this is what I want. This difficulty, yeah, it's frustrating. We're probably not going to win this one, but I would rather just slowly chip away at the championship than just win every race. And I think I was looking at my stats. I have an average finish of like 5.6 or something. Ernie Irvin's average finish is 3.2. But I like it challenging. And I tell you what, I record these videos, put them on YouTube and everything. But if I wasn't doing that, I would be in heaven with what I'm doing right now, running mid-20s in a pack and just doing all I can. I'll throw the game on just to escape real world for a while. I don't jump on this game and I'm just like, I want to be the best and win. And damn it, Ward Burton, he took off from us. I wanted to see what his aggression rating does. I think we've got to do is take advantage of the passes that are made. really got to throw this in here. This is another one of those go slow to go fast kind of tracks. I'm terrified of them diving under me in one. But this is great. I'm not sure if it picks it up. You'll be able to see it on pit road when we're on pit road. But I did, and if you watch that MIP video I did recently, I did go in and change the building in the infield to Winston Cup Series. I have other things. Let's see what's going on in the standings, though. Jeff Gordon in the lead over Terry Labonte. Rusty Wallace. We lost Rusty Wallace somewhere. Unbelievable. There's your ESPN Speed World coverage. Maybe. I see him on pit road, and I meant to call that out a few laps ago. I saw a yellow car on pit road. That's his yellow bumper. And it didn't even occur to me. I thought that was going to be Jimmy Spencer. We got Joe Nemechek a lap down right now. Jimmy Spencer 4 laps down after whatever happened on the start. And Jeff Burton out of the race. Are those all Fords? I think the bottom 3 cars are Fords. And Nemechek is a Chevy. We got about 13 laps till pit stops. It just sucks. I mean, everybody has their favorite driver, and I've noticed multiple comments saying, hey, Bill Elliott, man, you know, I'm not watching these videos to see Bill Elliott running P15. So I bumped his ratings up, but it's just some drivers aren't gonna. Just how the cards fall. You just it's gonna be, or the chips. What did I say? The cards. You know, Rusty Wallace is going to be out of the top 10. He might come back. I don't know. We don't know how this point system is going to be. But you want every one of these drivers to win every race and be good, but it's not going to happen. The one issue we're going to have here is pit road stuff. Just merging and AI slowing down to get onto pit road. They'll abruptly stop here, about right here between 1 and 2, and it can kind of mess things up. You'll see what I mean when it happens. I don't know what Ward Burton's up to up there, but it's not just attribute everything to aggression rating, but he's racing me differently than other cars will. You see this fighting back with me? I don't know if it's because this difficulty is pretty good or what. Maybe that's what solves for side-by-side racing, is turning the aggression up, and they just don't give up the spot. And they'll run that line up there. So we're gonna put this knowledge in. Go to hell, Ward Burton. We're gonna put this knowledge in our bank and see if Michael Waltrip and Axel Richardson give us the same kind of racing. And then we got something on our hands, because then I think we got to turn all these aggressions up. Probably keep the back marker cars' aggression turned down so they don't, you know, unintentionally race the leaders. You know, just take your medicine, go a lap down, move on. All right, we're about 4 laps from pit stops. I'm 15-4 back right now. We're eventually going to get lapped. with cautions turned off. It's almost like I got to try the outside now. Seems like he gets a better jump than me. But he's Mr. Outside right now. He refuses to change his line. I feel like somebody's peeking behind me. That's Rick Mast. I keep on seeing him jimmying around in my mirror. What I want to do is start trusting the spotter. And I talked about this, I forget where, Bristol maybe. I want to know exactly what those call-outs mean. If they are time sensitive. There you see the slow up kind of messes up Kenny Wallace. That's just short track. That's just short track world we're living in. Lap 39, so they pitted a little bit early. Whatever. I'm just glad I can set that number. We got a car stop down low. You hear some just random call outs just because they're trying to pit. So definitely a little bit of a pit road's definitely an adventure here. Okay, there's their move to pit. I just saw Ward Burton do that. We're going to go their speed into pit road. I think I can stop this early. Yeah. The window in NR 2003 is so small where they want you to be in your stall. This is much more forgiving. We were, what, 15-2 back or something before pit stops? We may be able to gain spots here.
Go, 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 go. Watch your speed
due
now.
to AI having trouble with pit road.
Watch your speed now.
Again, so great not to have to worry, not having to worry about speeding on pit road. This is great. I just gotta remember to turn off that auto brake when we leave pit road. There's Ward Burton, man. We came in with him. Awesome.
Watch your speed now.
I just
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Go, go,
I did
go,
see
go.
Cal Petty right there.
Car
I
high.
do not want to see any of the big cars right now.
Real high. You got a car up high.
Okay.
Car high.
Okay. Johnny Benson, we were running with him. He was running up ahead of
Clear.
what's his face?
Got a full car.
Ward Burton.
Car low. Clear. Car low.
Okay, Carlo, I get it.
Stay up high.
Damn it.
Clear.
I don't know if he's calling out Jimmy Spencer or if he was calling out
Car high.
cars coming off pit road.
Stay low. Clear. Clear.
But yeah, I was talking about wanting to trust the spotter. I do. I want to trust them. I've gained a level of trust with the NR 2003 spotter. All right, Axel Richardson. He's another car with max difficulty now, or aggression. And Michael Waltrip. Okay, so the next three cars all have the max aggression rating. And we just gained fresh in the run. We just gained 8/10 on the leaders there in the standings. So they're probably dealing with lappers. And we'll see if this difficulty kind of comes back to us. P17, I love it. But I do want to get into a territory where we're not having to start at the back of the field and work our way up. And I'd rather start P15 and work my way up slowly, have that difficulty really tight. And I may have found a solution to that, because that all comes down to qualifying. And turning in a decent enough qualifying lap to start near the front and then get the car under us and just tailor the game to what we want it to do. And I may have found something in the INI to do that. There's an AI STN and an AI PWR line in the track files. And I'm gonna experiment with that, see if that changes their qualifying speeds, and then hopefully it doesn't affect what they do during the race. Or might have to get crazy with it. If it does affect their qualifying speeds, then I'll have that number set for qualifying, and then I just got to go in and change the number for the race. So it's back to normal. Work with me, game. We'll get it done.
Hey, Ricky, we do need that. We need that standing ticker working, because you're not even paying attention to the race. You're talking about whatever the hell you're talking about when you forget there's a race going on. Ernie Irvin now in the lead after pit stops. Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon, Bill Elliott, the pride of Austin Bill from Dawsonville, P4. Bobby Labonte, P5, rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10, we got some Martins. We got Marlin and Martin, P6 and P7. The Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, P8. Ken Schrader, we bumped his stats up a little bit. P9. Dale Jarrett, P10. Kyle Petty. We'll show you some cars that aren't there. Kyle Petty, P11. Ricky Rudd, not in the top 10, maybe, going to commercial for the first time this season. Shows you how, shows you how he cupcakes his game so he can make himself look good. Whatever, look good for the women. But it's going to be a rude awakening here soon for Ricky Rudd, so I hope he's ready for it. He can't hear us right now, so he can go to hell and whatever. So, anyway, we'll be back here. We have probably like 5 laps now remaining. We have 60 to go here going to commercial here at the First Union 400 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll be right back here on ESPN Speed World. Don't go anywhere.
We'll start show and tell, Steven. Ooh. Check out my snake. Check this out.
It's color changing Squeeze It. By dropping in these magic changers, you can switch a Squeeze It's colors right before your eyes.
No way!
Plus, you never know what new color you'll get. Color changing Squeeze It fruit drink. Go ahead, squeeze the fun out of it.
All right, folks, we are back here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, the running of the First Union 400 here on ESPN Speed World. We only skipped like 3 laps, because I think we went to commercial and Ricky said, hey, why are you guys going to commercial? We're going to see what these aggression ratings do with all these cars in front of me. And I was like, Ricky, just shut up. Drive the car, I'll handle the broadcast. But he had a point, so I'll give him that. So we're probably getting some, probably seeing the footage from the America Online copter cam. His car is running, it seems like his car is handling a little bit differently in the second run. Or he's just Mr. Inconsistency. It's hard to really know. Yeah, that working ticker will really change the game. We'll be able to see the leaders and everything, just randomly be able to see that, you know? It's just the advances that we make here at ESPN Speed World. We recently, we're going for the Emmy this year. For sports broadcasting, we're going to try to get that this year. Although there are rumors that we're only doing the first half of the season. The second half of the season is going to be CBS. That's a rumor in the garage right now. And we'll see what happens with that. But we're going to send this down to Ricky Rudd on the backstretch. He always hates when I send it to him at the worst possible time. So we'll send it to him here early on the backstretch.
All right, thanks, Andre. Your mic was on the entire time there, so I could hear. I don't get the animosity you have toward me. I'm back here. I'm down here like risking my life racing in these stock cars. And you think it's funny just to make jokes. So, tell you what we might want to do, what could solve Darlington, what could solve all lapping problems, is turning the aggression up for the top 15, 20 drivers, and then they're able to get around the lappers quicker. If maybe that's what affects that, I don't know. That's what we're testing all this stuff. And I don't want to I don't want to fall into a trap of confirmation bias, but it definitely seems like Ward Burton, Michael Waltrip, and Axel Richardson are flying through these lappers. Oh, and for veterans of the paint system in NASCAR Racing 2, like if you wanted to paint a car, if you remember how you had to do that back in the day, I think I've found a cheat code for that, for painting cars, because if you remember in NASCAR Racing 2, there's a decal sheet that you can access in the paint shop or whatever. I have an idea of using that decal sheet as kind of a Trojan horse to get all the logos you need into the game. All the body, all the body highlights and whatever, like on the hood to show the body lines and everything. I'm going to experiment with that, see if we can use that as our Trojan horse to sneak the graphics into the game. And if I can do that, then I can also throw in the actual bodies of the cars onto that decal sheet, like the paint that you do outside. And it doesn't deal with, I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm very intrigued by that. But I also want to run I want to run the game. I want to have fun. So we'll eventually tackle all of that stuff. I don't want to get too bogged down with painting the cars, because we got Steve Boobs' car into the game, and I'm happy with that right now. I can tackle painting after the season. All right, those cars behind us really fell off. Meanwhile, we're running pretty consistently with Axel Richardson. Interval right now. We've lost, I don't know, 2 seconds maybe since last time we checked. So this is a really good difficulty. If we want to contend for the win, we'd probably have to bump this down a percentage. I think this is at 100 right now, or 101. Because there's just a ceiling that I will not be able to contend with the leaders here. I'm not that good. And guess what? I want to have fun and run for the championship and everything, not just run back here. P14, whatever, I don't know.
Clear. Car high. Clear. Clear all the way.
I want to see if Axel Richardson starts fighting back now.
Clear. Clear. Car high. Clear.
You hear these car-high call-outs. What I'd love to do is catch up to Brett Bodine up here, because he has similar ratings to them, but he doesn't have the aggression. And I want to see what that's like. But we got to handle Morgan Shepherd, and I know we have pit stops coming up here soon. I almost got into Morgan Shepherd there. I'm glad I didn't.
Clear.
All right, let's see if we can catch up to Brett Bodine. I'm not handling these turns that well now. We got about 6 laps until pit stops. Our Brett Bodine experiment might not happen. We got Michael Waltrip up there too. That's another aggression car, so we may be able to do it after pit stops. Or no, Mike Waltrip isn't. He has his aggression up, so we have an idea. We kind of have an idea on what those aggression ratings are doing. And again, I just want to test it against Brett Bodine. Definitely arcading a little bit going into the turn. So I got to stick it in there. Let's see if Brett Bodine fights back on the outside at all. All right, we're getting a car high call out. And do you see him actually bump down behind me real quick? We'll keep that in mind. It's almost like he gave up the position. I don't know. These are all lap down cars. And let's be careful on pit stops. Although Jimmy Spencer's pitting off schedule a little bit. I would like to just get around him, not worry about him, but he's going to dive down here. Sounds like we got a car on pit road. Those are pit stops. the pit stops I've been talking about for the last 10 laps. That's what those are. All right, Jimmy Spencer, you giving this to us? All right, there's a pitter in front of us, which is Ken Schrader. He did that big move. So we're going to go in with him. And slow up a little bit so we don't cheat the system. Seems like they really take their time getting on pit road. Good stuff, man. I tell you what. Awesome. Awesome experience. Fun game. You know, it might not be a true sim, but I'm not worried about that at all. All right, let's hope nobody's jumping out in front of us here.
Go, 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 go! Watch your speed now. Keep it on 4,000.
All right, here we go. And what? We came in with Ken Schrader. I don't see him. I wasn't look. Okay, I think he's already way out of his stall. Or no, there he is up here. So he had a relatively bad starting position, and he's worked his way up. Yeah, he started near Ward Burton. Ward Burton was just here. They started further back in the field. Backer.
Watch your speed now. Okay, you're clear.
All right, there's Ernie Irvin. I don't like that, unless he hasn't pitted yet.
You're racing the 33 car. Auto brake. Now you got on. Car high. You got a slow car.
All right.
Still there. Still there. Clear.
We're racing Mikey Waltrip right now. He was ahead of us before pit stops, so we're gaining that. Derek Cope, we were racing with him before pit stops. There he is. Brett Bodine. Good stuff, man. I know I know it seems redundant that I keep on calling that out during pit stops. That, hey, we're running with the same cars we were running with before pit stops. That's huge, because we know the pit cycles work. Because there's just some games where that doesn't work that well. All right, Mike Waltrip got a little bit spooked. That's his big aggression rating. He did get spooked when I started coming down. I'm trying to give him room, but it's tough. Tell you what, Ernie Irvin had something happen. He was in the lead. There's no way he's in the lead anymore. Okay, Mike Waltrip, what are you doing? All right, everybody, let's stay out. Unless Ernie Irvin lapped us, unless he's 4.4 ahead of Gordon, which means he may have lapped us because his number isn't changing. Ernie Irvin, is that gonna be his third win this season if he holds on? I'll just pick up whatever spots I can. I'm not worried about it. I am a lap down. Bill Elliott has DNF'd. Hutch Strickland has DNF'd. I would love to be able to show that stuff. And actually, I could right now. I'm gonna experiment with that. I'm gonna pause the game right now. And what I'm gonna do is go to the replay. And what I'll do in the future is I'll just save it right here, and I'll just put C94. I'll do it right now. I'll just put, because right now I have saved commercial, intro, practice, and return from commercial for the R. This will be C94, C8. And I don't want to put a question mark. It might mess up the whole program and crash my computer. I don't know. So I'm not putting a question mark, but I know what this will mean. I'll look at this and be like, hey, I wonder if I'll be able to go back and find those, what happened to them. But now we'll just go back and see if we can find it live. Meanwhile, the replay will have already shown this. All right, Hutch Strickland Hutch Strickland's already on pit road with a DNF. Bill Elliott is not. I can use L to go through the laps. And yeah, he blew up here on lap 62, which isn't a reliable number, I've learned. So Bill Elliott DNF'd somewhere, and Hutch Strickland did as well. So we'll be able to show the Bill Elliott DNF. Anyway, back to the action. P13, Michael Waltrip. I don't see Dale Earnhardt up here anywhere. Although I can change the... He's 3.3 ahead of us. And it seems like what it does... I'm still trying to figure out exactly how the live interval works. Because you set it so it's 3 in front of you, 3 behind you. But then you can move up and down the standings, but it doesn't seem like it's all 35 drivers. So it's really just the immediate... So NR 2003 wins that one. You can check out all the drivers there. But, okay, anyway. Where are we at here? 22 laps to go. Unpausing. I got a car above me. Here we go.
Clear. Clear.
Now I'm thinking about how I'll go about syncing up the Bill Elliott thing. I'll come up with something. Because what I do right now is I'll save a replay, and the end of that replay file that I save will match up exactly to when I pause the game, you know, working backward. So that's how... Jesus, Ted Musgrave, what are you doing back there? Giving me a heart attack. That's why now towards the final laps of the race, I'm able to show a lot of action because I know it syncs up to the end of the race, and I just match the ends of both clips, and then run it backward. You know what I'm saying? But with something like the Bill Elliott thing, I would have to let that replay run all the way, just showing Bill Elliott the whole time. I don't want to do that. But just know if we were going for the gold, we could do it. All right, 17 to go. I'm starting to get kind of nervous here now. Ted Musgrave was really scaring me, And Dave Marcus is hurting us big time. I'm probably gonna. This is probably where I'm gonna plateau race-wise. We're not gonna be able to catch. Another car for position. And I was hoping Ernie Irvan wasn't in traffic here so I could test, after 95 laps, I could see how well I'm getting at this track, if this difficulty is really indeed too hard. But it's hard to really, seems like he's, okay, Earnhardt's up here for position, that's good. But Ernie Irvan's kind of taking off. His ratings are the same as all these other cars. He's just getting lucky, I guess. So yeah, what I'll have to do for that keyboard script that would run the standings is I would have to tell it, okay, hit F2, so boom, it would do that. And you see it immediately puts it where I am right now in the standings. So then what I have to do is calculate how many times it would have to press up to go to the top of the standings. I just press it back down, but I would have to calculate worst case scenario how many times it would have to do that to get to the top of the standings, which is probably 5 or 6 times if we were running P36 or something. Or we could test that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have to do it 5 times to get to the top of the standings. We'll make it do it 8 times just to be certain, whatever. And then every 5 seconds, boom. And boom. Right now I'm doing it in the turn. I would love for it to do it on its own. And then it would go all the way down the standings. The one downside to that is if the last time I was in the standings I had the intervals up, I just pressed enter. And then you go back in the standings, those will still be the live intervals when we don't want that. So I think every time I see that screen move over there, which it'll be easy to realize that, I'll have to make sure that it's not the intervals. I'll just have to press enter, which is just like a button on my steering wheel that I barely have to move my thumb to hit it. So it's not a big deal. So that's what's going on there, and we should be able to get that done soon. But yeah, the custom cockpit, I'll be able to change all of the gauges here. Might go like day glow situation or something, or might just put that on hold and race. I don't know. Just really excited about all the options in front of us. Tell you what, you boot up this game for the first time, you might be wrecking out, just like I was when I first started racing this a few weeks ago or whenever it was. But now we know how these cars race. I know I can't bully Joe Nemechek there. I had to slow up in that turn because I knew he was coming down. Give him room to breathe. And there we go. See, now I don't know what to make of this difficulty because, I just turned in one of my fastest laps ever. So after 100 plus laps, I'm able to figure out this track pretty well. Ernie Irvan with 5 to go, 5.3 second lead over Jeff Gordon. Unless Ernie Irvan blows up, he's getting yet another win for Robert Yates. Dale Jarrett in the top 10 as well. We only have 9 cars on the lead lap. I'm pretty sure there's no double foul restarts in an NR2. So NR 2003 would have that beat. That's a whole other realm of stuff in the report card we have to test, stuff under caution, because we're just not running cautions. Is this for top 10? Is Ken Schrader for top 10 right now? Okay. Dick Trickle blew up right in front of us. Is he going on pit road? No, but he might eventually. Let's be careful. He may be going on pit road this lap, and we're going to get screwed if he does. Nope. We're just going to take this position. Or not position, you know what I mean. And yeah, we have snuck into the top 10. Nice grueling race, nice fun race. Spin in turn 4, let's be careful. Go low, go low. Still telling us to go low. This is going to pop up out of nowhere. Hopefully I'll show the replay. We'll be able to find that live.
That's okay. Good job. We'll get them next time.
Looks like that was Mark Martin that spun out. His car's beat up a little bit. Oh, man. Good stuff. I'm not dizzy. Even watching the Bristol race, I watched that for a little bit, and I was like, oh, boy. That's why I left a comment about that. Anyway, Jeff Gordon. Okay, they don't contact us. Okay, Jeff, what are you doing? Yeah, they just ghost us on pit road. I love that. And that is all she wrote here. Not yet. Somebody's still putting around. We'll see. You just have to keep on doing it until it finally reads that we're all done. Not yet. All right, my best lap was a 20.42. This is the first time it's done this extended, like, hey, we're not done yet. I wonder what's going on here. Taylor Bonnie might be holding up the show. But while we're in here, let's check out fastest laps. Okay, my fastest lap ever is a 20.4. That is when I'm on, like, I do acid and just black out and do some unreal lap. So, yeah, you can see all these top 10 drivers are in the 23s. Cal Petty ran a 20.1. We got to turn this difficulty down. I'm sorry. If we want to contend for the win. But it's still fun racing back there. Are you kidding? That was awesome. But come on. I don't know exactly what triggers this. There we go. We're done. That's it. Boom. Done. And that's how the cookie crumbled. All right, let's take a look at these final results. Ernie Irvin, third win of the season. He's winning every other race. Richmond, Darlington, and here. So it's 3 wins. He's dominant in the points. Led the most laps here as well. Terry Labonte and Jeff Gordon led laps here. Ward Burton, another good finish. That might be his aggressive rate. His numbers aren't that. We're testing things. We're going to see what's going on there. Mark Martin, even though he hit the wall there late, he still was able to finish in the top 10, so good on him. Ricky Rudd, we ended up a lap down, whatever. And Earnhardt, Ted Musgrave with a good finish. Brett Bodine up there. Axel Richardson dropped over on the right side. You know, this is great. I mean, these are cars are a lap down and everything. This is awesome. Then we have they're like multiple laps down. We saw that at Bristol. It's kind of genuine to how the old races went. I miss Steve Boobs. Steve Boobs isn't in the field. We gotta get him in the field. How about Bill Elliott? We turned turned everything up for him, and he gets a DNF. Rusty Wallace is in trouble now with the DNF. I think he's had problems a few races, some caused by me, some not. So that's interesting. And Hutch Strickland, the Bill Elliott replay. I think I was able to nail that pretty much when it happened. That's it, man. I think that's it that we're going to talk about. I do want to figure out a way to put laps led here beside their name or something. Something that isn't too time consuming. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to throw into the cockpit for this race. Might be nothing. Or maybe a squeeze it. I'll probably have thrown a squeeze it. That's probably the last thing I do after I record this. I'll go put in a new cockpit. And yeah, so, but we got a brand new cockpit coming down the pipe. I've been able to get this keyboard thing working. I think that's going to make its ESPN Speed World debut at Martinsville. And there's probably a couple of things I'm forgetting to talk about because I'm recording this a little bit further out of my workflow than I usually do, so I forget some things about the race. But yeah, we're going to turn this difficulty down. I want to test the AI strength and AI power thing in the INI file I talked about. So we still got a lot of tinkering to do here. I'm still having fun. The novelty is not worn off at all. And the next race at Martinsville is going to test our patience. And I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.